Right, I'm currently hitchhiking the world. I'm only about 2 weeks in. I've made it all the way from the UK to sort of the middle of Norway. And I'm pretty sure I've just met the craziest fucker ever. So I met him yesterday. Yeah, I've literally known him less than 24 hours. He gave me accommodation in his work, you know, in some elderly care home. And I'm in his car, driving his car without him. Like this bloke I've never met, barely know him at all. And he's just trusted me with his car to drive it for like a few hours whilst he's sleeping because he was on the night shift. How fucking mental is that? I don't know if this is Norway or is this just him? Because like I ain't trusting someone with my car after meeting them only 24 hours ago certainly in the UK. Well, after a couple of days detour, we are in Donbass, hoping to get a ride to Trondheim. It is really quite late. It's about 5:30, which really isn't ideal. But I don't know. Who knows? We'll get lucky. It's about 3 hours from here. Yeah, the journey to Trondheim is about 3 hours from here, and I wouldn't usually hitchhike anywhere near this late, but because we're getting more and more north, the daylight is obviously extending, so it doesn't get dark here until like 11 p.m. And even then it never really gets fully dark. So I think we'll stay here because I think there will be people going later up, because the service station that's a bit further down wasn't ideal to hitchhike from, but it was super busy, which is a good sign. So yeah, let's see what happens. Yeah, incredible really. Right, we made it to Trondheim, nice and easy. We were only waiting 20 minutes or so for the ride. Got picked up by a lovely French guy who's studying here, so yeah, that was brilliant. I'm not staying in Trondheim too long, in all honesty. I'm a bit scared of how long it's going to take us to get all the way up to Tromsø. So I'm just going to make a move for it and get going today, sort of now, and hope that it doesn't take us like a week to get up to Tromsø, because I just don't know how long it's going to take to get down. Yeah, we'll get started. Right, we have made it to the like outskirts of Trondheim. We're in like a service station. The only problem, there's not much traffic here at all. It looked really good and looked really good on like maps, but like I've probably been here 20 minutes and seen maybe 5 or 6 cars, a few lorries, but they don't seem to be wanting to pick me up. We've got a lovely lift from kind of the very centre all the way here from a German lady, but yeah, it's not been ideal here. Not been ideal.
Dette telefonsvareren til 4790.
Right, we've made it to Grong, which is quite close to the Swedish border, as I'm told. We got a lovely lorry driver, took us virtually all the way from Trondheim to here. However, we did have a bit of a break, and it is now 6 p.m. Now, I was going to camp here because there's actually plenty of places to camp. The issue, though, is apparently, and I have verified it, there was like a couple of brown bears spotted around here. Now, it's very unlikely anything would ever happen, but I really don't want to share a tent with a brown bear. So I think we're going to try and hitchhike. Now that the sun basically doesn't set around here, so we technically should be safe hitchhiking as much as possible. The other thing here is there's no bloody path where he's dropped me off, because the place we want to be is about 2 kilometers that way, but there is no real path, which isn't ideal unless I'm missing something. But yeah, there's plenty of places to camp around here. It's lovely, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know if I want to risk sharing a tent with a bear, so I think we're going to have to try and get out there. I just don't know what, because whilst it's light and kind of feels like daytime, I don't know what people's perception is of picking someone up quite late. So yeah, I guess look, let's walk down to the spot and hope we can get a ride. But we might struggle because yeah, I don't know how people are going to feel about it really. So we will see. So the plan is I'm going to hitchhike here, or try and hitchhike here for an hour or two. It's about 6:30 now. And failing that, I'm probably just going to get a hotel. They're really expensive here. But I just know what I'm like. And if I stay here and camp, I'm just going to be constantly like thinking about a bear. Even though the odds are, because they travel like 30 kilometers a day, it could be 200 kilometers almost that way now. I just know what I'm like, and I know like I'll hear a twig snap and shit like that, and just yeah, want to get out of here. So we'll see. Like I say, 6:30 now. We'll probably finish about 8:30 if we've not had anyone. And yeah, see, it's not the best place. We've got kind of a fairly quick road, but there is a sort of place for them to stop. This is just a like garage, so as far as I can tell, it's fully closed. You know, I've not seen a single car move there. So I think probably the best plan here. That was a new one. I just had like some old granny fucking flip me off. She was just like, and I was like, oh, that was quite entertaining, to be honest. That might make me make it much easier just to get through the next couple of hours. That was brilliant. Right, I just got so baited just then. I had my first ever camper van sort of pull up slowly, went into there, and then I thought, oh, you know, never mind. They're just going to park like, you know, a couple of others have over there. And then it started coming out again. And actually it was just turning around. And so yeah, it literally just went down the road again. And yeah. So that's annoying, because I genuinely thought that might have been our first camper van pickup then. Right, camper van people, I've got a real bone to pick with you. This is 2 minutes after the last incident, and look, all jokes aside, that wasn't their fault, they were just turning around. This fucking cunt though, literally comes, and it looks like they're stopping to it, but they are literally just, I'm pretty sure, they got to like, here, on the road. Like, right next to me, and I'm pretty sure they did it just to like, be a dickhead. So yeah, like, cameraman people, I've got a real bone to pick with you. You just seem to be dickheads up here in Grong. And on another note, we're not having much luck here. We're really not having much luck. I'm hoping it's the time, I'm hoping it's not the place, because otherwise this could be a real tough time. But yeah, I think unfortunately it is going to get harder the more we go north, just because it's going to be a lot more tourists, and like, I'm trying to think, we've not really had any tourists pick us up, which is not ideal when you go into basically, you know, a place where only tourists really go to. It was my fault this morning. I woke up a bit early, you know, I was in a hotel and I was just like, oh fuck, how am I going to make the most of this? So we set off quite late. We made decent distance. We've certainly had worse days in the trip. But yeah, I think idea is set up just stupidly early tomorrow morning and just try and get as far as we can, because there's not a great amount of stuff between here and Bodo, and Bodo is really where we need to get to. I don't know what is wrong with the people visiting Grong, but I've had like 2 more cars come like dangerously close, and it's like they're clearly doing it on purpose, because like 1 I could kind of like brush off, but 3 in like the space of it's been about an hour now. Like, it's like, why are they doing it, man? Like, I fully understand hitchhiking is not everyone's cup of tea, right? But there's no reason to be a dick about it. Like, it's perfectly legal here where I'm stood. So I don't know what people are moaning about. Right. Don't know if it was the hat that did it, but we got a lift. One thing I will say about Norway, they have some beautiful churches, man. They really do. There was one when I went to yesterday in Lom. Beautiful. It was like 850 years old, and it was like completely wooden. Incredible. I'll show some pictures. But yeah, just unbelievable. I'm walking down because there's supposedly a truck stop further down. Now I don't know if we're going to get a lift considering it's 8 o'clock at night, but I think it's a good starting point. Yeah, I think the truck stop is a good starting point for tomorrow, even if we can't get a lift tonight, because it means hopefully they'll be doing long distances. So I think that's our best bet. So we're going to head up to that. It's only a few minute walk. In fact, I think I can see it already. So yeah, fingers crossed that'll be the place to go. So let's see. Right, mission failed with the truck stop so far. Basically there was 4 trucks and all 4 of them had their like curtains drawn, and I'm not going to be a dick and knock on the fucking window at this time. So I think the plan is stand here, see if we get a ride. Worst case scenario, find somewhere to camp and maybe try again in the morning for the truck stop. I assume it's just going to get busier and busier for people because it's only 8 o'clock now, so I assume the truck stop will get busier as we get later into the night. So let's see. Well, that was a stroke of luck. Basically, as soon as I finished recording that, we got a lift. And not only did we get a lift, we got a lift a long way. We're obviously not quite a Bodo, but we've got all the way to Mo i Rana, and I believe Bodo is only about 3 hours from here, so that's brilliant. Literally couldn't have worked any better. Yeah, probably the best result we could have got. It's now, believe it or not, 1:15 midnight. No, almost 1/2 midnight, and it is basically completely daylight. So we're very much in the Arctic Circle now. And yeah, it's a bit weird. It's a bit weird, to be honest. I drove the guy's car because he was clearly getting tired. He'd driven for like 13 hours straight. So I helped drive, and yeah, it was just a weird experience, really. Sort of driving at midnight and it's daytime. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Now it's a case of, there's 2 options here. Either, oh yeah, these seagulls are bloody annoying. It's a case of either we find a place to camp at some point soon, or I'm hoping you can actually hear me over the bloody noise of these seagulls, man. Fucking hell. Going to attack me now. Yeah, it's either find a place to camp or find a place to watch football. Because the Norway's on in about an hour and a half. So yeah, that'd be quite good to watch. Fucking hell. This is so loud here with the seagulls and the cars. Yeah, I don't know where it's got the football on. It looks, to be honest, this place looks like a ghost town. I mean, it is past midnight, but yeah, I don't know where it's going to have the football on, because I don't know. There's just not really much life. It seems very industrial here. Look at the ride we've got. Look at that. Right, we've made it very north. We're in Bardufoss. We're only about 2 hours away from Tromsø. I'm going to firstly apologise for complete lack of filming. Met a guy at the football game. I think that was the last update. I was finding the football game. Met a guy there. He was going almost all the way to Tromsø, so dropped me off a bit further down the road. I've just had a really cool lift from this like Japanese imported car that was pretty sick. And now we're trying to get about 2 hours up the road to Tromsø. It's not the most ideal place here. So basically this area is almost known as like army world. Like I forget the proper term for the translated proper term, but it's basically loads of army towns and cities around here. So honestly, like a large proportion of the cars going by are either like police or army. But there's a decent amount. It's still the E6, still the main road. So yeah, fingers crossed we won't take too long getting a lift. This might be famous last words, but I don't think it's going to take us too long here. We've been here like maybe 10 minutes. We've had 2 people stop, both just not going the right way. One of them was so annoying. We had our first ever camper van stop, and it was a Swiss person. And I'm kind of trying to tick off as many like nationalities that have, you know, given me a lift as I can. And Swiss would have been one of them, but they were just going sort of too far, and like they were turning off pretty soon, so it wouldn't have taken me much further north either. So that's a little annoying, but yeah, I don't think it will take us too long. Yeah. But we're still seeing a lot of army people, even in like normal cars. There's a lot of army people. And whilst the last guy that gave us a lift was an army person in a normal car, well, not really a normal car, but you know, a civilian car, I just don't know how likely they are to stop. But let's see. Slightly regretting not taking it, even though it had just been a bit further north, because no one's accepting us. But to be fair, I mean, it's one of those things. If people aren't accepting us here, they're not going to accept us, you know, a bit further north, because it's the same people. Yeah, not having much luck, which is annoying. A lot of tourists, so obviously that's going to be harder. But don't know. Just not getting any luck since we had those couple people. It's been, I don't know, maybe another half an hour, and we've not had anyone stop since. So don't know. Right, we've made it to Njordkjosbotn or something like that. But bad news, I lost the Norway app, so that's not ideal. But we're almost there. We're only about an hour and 10 minutes away from Tromsø, so fingers crossed it will be smooth sailing from here. Now it's 3:20, so we should get to Tromsø tonight. I've kind of jinxed it in the fact that I've booked accommodation, so that's not ideal. But yeah. I think we should be there today, so that's good. We found the spot. I say the spot, a spot. It's a bus stop. I think that's going to be the best chance. Looking on Google Maps, it seems to be the only one with really that much space to stop. So I think this is going to be our best bet for sure. There is no way we've got this lucky already. Is she stopping for me?
Where I live, and basically where the valley ends, that's where the military base is.
Yeah. And like that, we're in Tromsø, and that is the cathedral behind us. And now we've got a long walk across this bridge, because apparently there's no buses running today for some reason. But yeah, that's the bridge.